So, like, there's this thing called MDL, right? I don't know what the M stands for. Maybe it's just, like, M on its own. You know, like the Fritz Lang film from, like, the 1930s. But that's probably not the case, because other than me, I don't think any of these guys are serial killers. Maybe user It's Viper 482, because he's a pretty creepy dude. He probably, like, sucks people's blood and shit. But, like, he can suck people's blood and not kill them, you know? Like, because, like, you can give blood. Like, they have, like, blood banks and shit. And, you know, they give you interest on your blood. You put your blood in there. They give you a little bit of interest for keeping your blood there. And then they go and they lend that blood to people who need blood. Like vampires and, people who are in car crashes and shit, right? But, like, anyway, so they, the D stands for draft, and the L stands for league. So it's some sort of draft league, presumably. And, yeah, I've been in this since, like, the second rendition of the draft league, when me and my nigga, the realest slap, we got, like, second place. It was mostly him. I kinda forgot about it for a while. But that's okay, because we still did good, and we probably would have done worse if I was more involved. So there's that. So they started this thing called the MPL, which is like the M Premier League, right? And it's like LCBL, but they only have two metagames. They have ORAS, and they have Sumo. And they have, like, 4 Sumo slots, 1 Sumo best of 3 slot, and 1 ORAS slot, right? So that's cool. And, so, you know, I wasn't really interested in this, because, you know, like, MDL is kind of a proletariat thing, you know? And, like, I'm a bourgeois motherfucker. Y'all should know this by now, you know? I am upper middle class. I am the best of the best, right? Except for the people who are better than me. And so, you know, most of MDL is like, you know, these proletariats. They're gonna seize the means of Little Cup production. However Little Cups are produced, probably, like, in factories and shit, they're gonna seize the fuck out of those factories, alright? So, my dude Plaz, he hit me up and he was like, hey, Inf, you should manage with me. And I was like, alright, bet, because, you know, I'm a proletariat motherfucker. I want to be in charge. So, I manage with him this season. And, this is week 1. And my dude Plaz was like, hey, Inf, we put, most of our good ORAS players in Sumo. So you should play Sumo. And I was like, okay, I'll play Sumo. Because, you know, I like, I'll play ORAS. Fuck, I can't fucking talk. Talking is so fucking hard. Like, you think it's just, like, animal noises and shit, you know? It's, like, just one step above, like, dogs barking. But it is fucking hard, man. So, you know, I was like, alright, so I'm playing, week 1 in ORAS. Not Sumo. I said Sumo, not Sumo. I'm not a wrestler. I used to be a wrestler, but nah, I ain't about that life. Brain damage and shit, nah. I gotta conserve my brain cells, man. I ain't got too many left. I gotta hold on to those. I gotta treasure those. So, yeah, I'm in ORAS, and I'm playing my dude Holiday, right? Holiday's a cool dude. We play OU. Sometimes we will these flames-ass squads. And by flames-ass squads, I mean they're like Nidoking and Kyurem-B, and they beat everything that's not offense or stall. So they basically only beat balance. But that's okay, because who the fuck runs anything but balance? That's right, tryhards. We don't care about beating tryhards, because if we lose to a tryhard, we can just say, hey, you're a fucking tryhard. You care too much about internet Pokemon. You're the real loser here. So, like, I played, like 5 ORAS games before this, right? Like, I hadn't played ORAS months. And then, you know, Plaz was like, hey, Inf, play ORAS. So, I'm playing ORAS. So, I played, like, 5 ORAS games. I won, like, 1 of them. I lost all the rest. In part because I'm bad. Mostly because I'm bad. But also because I hadn't played in a long time, and also because I was trying to use stupid shit like fucking Rhyhorn, which is a terrible Pokemon. It's bad. Don't use Rhyhorn, okay? So, I had an epiphany, though. I realized that if you say Trick Room, like you have a lisp, it sounds like Twick Woom. And that's really fun to say. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna build a Twick Woom team. So, I got my Spritzy, I got my Porygon, I was like, alright, bet. I have a Twick Woom team. So, I was like, hey, people are gonna respect the fuck out of me if I just use weird-ass sets, right? So I threw a Berry Juice on my Splitsy, and then I gave it Twick Woom, Moonblast, Psychic, and then I was like, oh shit, I can't run a Hidden Power, because if I run a Hidden Power, that'll lower my Spatak by 1, because I can't invest 252 EVs in it. I can only invest 176. So I was like, fuck that. So I'm running Charge Beam in the 4th slot, because I figured, hey, Fletchling is still good in this meta. Let's just take a moment of silence for Fletchling. Okay, so Fletchling is still good in this meta. And it should be good in Oras, but it's not, because fucking Nintendo is a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. And yeah, so I put a Charge Beam on it, long story short. And then Porygon is just Twick Woom, Wickuffle, Twi-Attack, and Ice Beam. And then I was like, hey, you know what Spritzy doesn't like? That's right, Steel types. And Poison types. You know what beats Steel types and Poison types? Ground types. You know what's the slowest ground type in the game? I'm pretty sure it's Twappage. Plus, Twappage can twap shit. That's why it's called Twappage. So, I threw a Twappage on there. And then, I was like, okay, I got 3 Pokemons. I gotta have 6, right? So, I put a Mienfoo on there, because you might as well have Mienfoo on your team. And then I put a Pawniard on there, because I might as well have a Pawniard on my team. And then I was like, fuck, I don't know what to put for my last slot. So, I was like, hey, you know what's cool? Ghosts. Ghosts are definitely fucking real, by the way. Like, aliens, bullshit. Like, the Illuminati, mostly bullshit. But ghosts are fucking real. And they're fucking watching you, alright? So that's pretty spooky. So I put a Ghastly on there. Also, my dog is named Spook. And he's a great fucking dog, so I was like, shoutouts to my nigga Spook. So I put a Ghastly on there, so I could have 6 Pokemons. And Holiday brought this, boring-ass balance squad. But he has a very frightening Pokemon on there. And that Pokemon is named Chinchou. Now, Chinchou is scary because when I was a wee lad, I saw Finding Nemo. Because, you don't take kids to see, live-action movies in the theaters. I remember when I was really little, I was like, who the fuck would want to see a movie that's not animated? That's retarded. So, I got my Chinchou. He has the Chinchou. And there is a really fucking creepy scene in Finding Nemo, right? Where Dory and Nemo's dad, whatever his name is, I want to say it's Phil or Bertrand, but I know neither of those is correct. I don't know why I want to say them. But yeah, so Phil or Bertrand or whatever his name is and Dory are in this big ass hole in the ground. And it's really dark. And there's this fucking creepy ass fish there. And this fish has it has a dick that comes out of its head, and the end of its dick lights up. It's like a light bulb dick. It's like in comics, when you have a good idea, you have a light bulb over your head. He always has a light bulb over his head. That's because having a light bulb over your head is a really good idea when it's fucking dark. Because when it's dark, you can lure shit to the light bulb, right? So, but then, they're like, oh, cool, it's a pretty light. But they find out it's not a pretty light. It's a fucking monster that's trying to eat them. And, that's fucking spooky. So that's why I don't like Chinchou, because Chinchou has not one, but 2 light bulb dicks on its head. 2 of them! Did Game 3 really think it was necessary to have more than one light bulb cock on a Pokemon? I don't know, but, I mean, seeing as how they created Chinchou, presumably they did. So, I'm like, I look at his team, I look at my team, I'm like, okay, I have a Mienfoo, so I'm gonna lead that, because leading Mienfoo never goes wrong. Never. And leading Mienfoo does not go wrong here. So I'm like, okay, I will click Knockoff, because, I want this guy to knock it off with his spooky-ass Pokemons. So I knock him off, he scalds me twice. I don't get burnt either time, because I am a skillful Pokemon player. God wants me to win, and so he ensures that I will never get burnt. So I go to my Ghastly, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna use my Spook to kill his Spook. And I Sledge Bomb him, and he dies. I'm like, hey, this Pawniard, I'm gonna Wisp it, because Ghastly isn't really useful for much. So I Wisp it, he knocks me off. I'm like, hey, that's not nice. So I go to my Pawniard, because, I have a Pawniard too, and my Pawniard has Brick Break, because I want to beat other Pawniards, because they look like they fuck over this team. So I go to my Pawniard, I Wake him. He goes Snivy, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna sack Spook. Rest in peace, Spook. As he Leaf Storms. So now he doesn't get a boost. So now I can go to my Porygon, and I can quick Twick Woom! And I get a Spatak boost, so he glares me, which makes me even speedier. And then I Twi-Attack. Twi-Attack does a shitload. So, and he storms. I'm like, okay, bet. I can just kill this with Psychic now in case he goes to Mienfoo. So I kill it with Psychic now, in case he went to Mienfoo. And then he brings out his Snubble. I'm like, ah, shit. It's a dog. I can't kill a dog. So I recover. And he Play-Wuffs me. And I'm like, shit, that does a lot. I should have just Twi-Attacked. So I Twi-Attack here. Turns out he's Eviolite Snubble. And then he Play-Wuffs me again. And then, he Play-Wuffs me again. And I'm dead. Oh, he Earthquaked me. He did not Play-Wuff. But, so yeah, that's a dead duck. Rest in peace, duck. But I go to my Pawniard, I'm like, hey, I can just Iron Head something here. So I Iron Head something here, and it does a lot to the Mienfoo. I'm like, oh, that Mienfoo is wearing a nice-ass scarf. That Mienfoo is out there to get the ladies. He's trying to look good. He is a sexy-ass Mienfoo. You turns out on my Spritzy. But I'm like, okay, I can just go to my Twapinch. So I go to my Twapinch. I get my berry juice, so I'm at full, and then he misses the Play-Wuff, because, once again, God wants me to win this battle. Not just God, but any other deity. All of the deities are on my side. So he goes Porygon, he's like, alright, I'm gonna Agility, I'm a speedy duck. But I'm like, nah. My Twapinch, whatever sort of creature Twapinch is, because I'm really not sure, it has superpowers. It's a fucking superhero. So then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna feint this Mienfoo to prove that I'm better than it. And then he just kills me with High Jump Kick, which is, kind of rude. But then I'm like, hey, I can go Splitsy. And I click Twick. Woo! And I get my Berry Juice. And then I'm like, alright, I'm Moonblast this. It's dead. And so there's the end of the battle. I won because God wanted me to win. God and all the other deities. Not just deities, but, other sort of sub-deity divine figures, like saints. Because, Catholics pray to saints, but apparently they're not deities, right? They're just saints. They're just special people that you can pray to because they have magic powers. Which is fucking weird. But, all the saints wanted me to win too. So, I won. And, so yeah, there's that. And then, I guess you can expect, another video in, the next 6 months. I'd say there's, a 50-50 chance of that happening. So, look forward to that, or don't. But I hope you do, because it takes me fucking forever to upload YouTube videos. It takes 7 hours to upload 15 minutes. So hopefully this isn't too long. I'm really not sure how long it is. But have a nice day, and don't do drugs.